I know you know me, but let's switch it up, let's switch it up, let's switch it up.
Real easy. What we're going to do is we're going to take, and we have our overlays, okay, and we have our scenes folder. And so let's just say I look at this and I say, you know what, I want this front shot right here, definitely. And then I want an over the desk shot because the microphone is going to be over the top. I want to see it over top. And then I like it over here to show it while it's on the slider, and I like it on the jib shot. So I want a jib, I want a floater camera shot, I want a desk shot, and I want a front shot. So let's do something. We're going to copy these, and you can wonderfully do this in ECAMM. So I like the front shot. I'm going to hold the command key and I'm going to hit the jib. Then I'm going to select the over the desk shot, and then I'm going to select the floater camera. Now I'm going to copy that, and then I'm just going to go up to the top here, and then I'll just paste it. Now I have those 4 scenes that I selected. So what I'm going to also do is I'm going to grab and get a folder. Let's call this folder New Live Show. Okay. I'm going to take those 4 scenes and I'm going to put them into this folder. So there's my jib, there's my over the desk, and there's my HD float, and I'm going to put them in that folder there. Okay, so now we have our front camera, and then we have our jib shot, and then we have our over the desk, and then we have our HD shot. Good news, right? So here's what we're going to do. We'll take and we're going to go from the front camera, and then we want to go to this float, and so we'll just take that guy and move it up here, and we'll simplify it and just go to this over the desk, and then we'll do a jib shot right here. Okay, now so what we're going to do is we need to put a timer in here, and here's our example. Our timer is right here. We hit this button here, and that's going to open up our timer. In this timer here, what we want to do is, as we showed you before, we want to put a 0 there, and then over here, let's just make each one 8 seconds, okay? And so after 8 seconds, we want to go to the next scene when finished. And then already, because of how I set up from the last time, it is invisible. And so there's our numbers, and I'm going to allow you to see the number once again. And so let me add so you can see the number. And remember, I said that we want to take this number and we want to put it dead in the middle of the scene. Because if you put it in the middle or put it somewhere where you know that where it's at, you don't have to go looking for it. Because remember, you're going to make it invisible so you won't see it anyway. So just for clarity, it's right here in the middle of the scene, and that's going to be at 8 seconds. So let's go back in, and we're going to hide this, and we go right over here and we pull that all the way down, see, so you cannot see it. And so we'll hit save. It's 8 seconds. It has not started. And so what we want to do is we want to take and we want to copy that. All right, so I'm going to come out of demo mode real quick, and I'm gonna go and I'm gonna copy that and apply that to each scene. So it's switched already, so let's go back a scene, and when we go back a scene, we want to purposely stop it. Now it was easy for me to find that timer because it's sitting right here in the middle of the screen. That way I'm not trying to find it on the side or on the bottom. It's right here in the middle of the screen, and it's big. I suggest that you make it big so that you can grab it. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to just take that while it's stopped, and we want to copy that. And so right here, we're going to hit Option C. And once we copy that, we're going to take that and we're going to add it to the other scenes. What we want to do is we want to go to the next scene, and we want to hit paste right in here. There it is. So that 8 seconds, that's going to go to the next scene. And then we want to go to this over the desk, and we want to do the same thing. We want to put it in this current scene. We want to hit paste. Now, the thing is, when you copy these, you want to make sure that you stop the timer, because if you copy it and it's not stopped, it's going to keep changing, and then it'll activate itself. And so now we want to add it to this jib scene here, and we'll put it in this place here. Now, we have an 8-second timer on each one of these. What's going to happen is going to switch back around to the top once we get there. And so let's see how this works. If we go to this front camera, here we are on our front camera right now. And the timer is activated, but it sat still long enough so that we could copy the scene and then paste it without it moving, so that we know exactly what we're doing. And so now we have over the head, and then it's going to go to this jib shot over here. And then in 8 seconds, watch, it's going to go back to the front. And so now this will just keep going until you stop it. And so if you need to stop it, you can do something like this on your Stream Deck. You can just go back to one of your buttons that you already have set and select it to stop the whole process. And so for me, I'm going to go to this front scene. I'll take these off, and then what'll end up happening is on the Stream Deck, you'll put a button just like this over here that it says switch up. Okay, so where you see it say switch up, and that'll be right here, that switch up button, switch it up. Once I hit that, it's going to go to the first scene in the switcher, or you can put it on any scene in the switcher. And then once you do that, it'll go into its routine. And so let's go ahead and put a button there anyway. Okay, so now we have a run scene button right here, and I'm going to take that scene and I'm going to put it on the, I'm going to find the scene in this new live show here, and I'm just going to hit it on this front camera. And so when I go hit that button on the Stream Deck, so look at this over top, I'm going to take the Stream Deck out the way. When I go hit that button on here, it's going to start the process of the screen flipping, and it's going to be the switcher. Look at that. Simple. 8 seconds, we're over top. I still have the mic and display. And you can adjust this to however you need to adjust it to be on a scene as long as you need it to. After you practice, you feel your flow, you'll know exactly where to put it. And so this will just go round and round until I take it out of the sequence and put it on a stable or a non-moving scene. And that's how you get your automatic switching and display your cameras round and round. And now for the advantages. The advantages that I like to point out, and I've said this, if you look at my thumbnail said, let's switch it up in ECAMM. But there's a small writing that says ATEM not required. I love the ATEM. Blackmagic is great. And most people think that you need it, and that's the only way that you're gonna be able to switch cameras. But with the Stream Deck and with ECAMM inside your Mac, cam links for as many cameras as you have, or as many that you want. If you're like me, n+1 equals cameras, right? But you can put them all on your scenes, and each scene can be a separate camera, not a conglomerate of the cameras that are plugged into your ATEM Mini or an outsourced product. And so when they're all seen by ECAMM individually, each camera can become its own scene. When each camera is its own scene, you can take each scene and you can have ECAMM move from scene to scene on a hidden timer, and it can move it around and have itself look like you have people in action. It can up your whole look. And so that is my no pro take on today for camera switching. So realize now I'm doing a lot of button pushing, but then once I hit this switch it up, boom, it's going to go into this scene, and I'll let you see it one more time how it goes. We are on this main shot, which will be over there. I'm not looking that way now. I'm looking at the front. And then after it leaves here, within 20 seconds, it's going to change and it's going to go to this next shot here. That's the front. And so after it leaves the front, I'm going to see it's going to go to a front pull-in shot. And so after 15 seconds, then it's going to pull forward, and then after that it'll go to a room shot after 15 seconds, and then so on, so forth and whatnot. And so I hope that this has really helped you, and I hope that you have figured out how you may want to set up your automatic moving shots. Aren't these dissolve transitions so hot? I call it the Fulgens. Shout outs to Doc Rock, who named it the Fulgens Smooth Cross Dissolve. Check out Fulgens and Anna and see their page. Subscribe to it. We're not supposed to say that, are we? Nah, okay. I'm out.
I know you know me, but let's switch it up, let's switch it up, let's switch it up.